Chapter 1. Women have learned to want, but not to want much. Naturally, humans structure their lifestyles, decisions, and choices to conform to the norms or unwritten rules that govern their environment. We set out to become great and live our lives as we deem fit until we get confronted by various factors that remind us of the disparity in between our goals and sociocentric beliefs. As women, we take the gas off the pedal as we come to understand that living the dream is not for the faint-hearted. And so, the author asserted that goal-getting women have learned to tune out unwanted comments that question their will to choose to be happy. They have realized that having dreams is the only way to stay alive, and that they do not need to justify their actions or seek approval. Well-behaved women seldom make history. Laurel Thatcher Ulrich. However, a large percentage of women have found this bold and unflinching approach scary. As such, they retire their dream and instead base their happiness on the happiness of the people around them. By doing so, they relegate their happiness for others and could often remunerate on the possibilities they had passed on. This simple analogy is a typical case of what if that the author revealed as the first stage of self-discovery. There are lots of battles that come with taking the initiative to do what makes you happy. In an attempt to establish the reason for our susceptibility to settle for less, Rachel Hollis explained that societal norms and our propensity to crave attention are vital factors. In many societies, the yardstick for judging women is how happy our kids and husbands appear, or how early we could get a man to walk us down the aisle. In essence, we have wired our lives to live by these yardsticks, and so we forego our dreams just to have a good standing in our society's scorecard. If you are yet to realize that there is something wrong with the life you have chosen, or you indulge in denial that has stopped you from realizing how much you have sacrificed, then you are far from redemption. In contrast, it is only when you start to ask yourself the important questions that you begin to see you for who you are. Awareness is just the first stage of breaking free. The author, while drawing from her exploits, listed 3 essential other stages that you should consider. 1. Rid yourself of the excuses that have held you back for so long. 2. Adopt habits and behaviors that would set you up for a better life. 3. Acquire skills that could increase your chances of winning. Chapter 2. Rid yourself of the excuses that have held you back for this long. Excuses are the perfect cushion for our failure to dare for more. We as women often rely on false facts, figures, myths, and social status quo when convincing ourselves that we are not just the type that could make things happen. The first steps to finding your calling entail that you unravel these excuses, see through them, and strip them of their power over you. The first common excuse, as the author noted, is believing that your goals run contrary to what defines a good woman. Here, Rachel Hollis narrated her impressive rise as an entrepreneur and how she slowly became an opinion leader through her work as a blogger. She subsequently came into prominence, and her business thrived with each passing year. However, these successes and fame were not enough to convince her that she was doing the right thing. He that is good for making excuses is seldom good for anything else. Benjamin Franklin. You see, the author had this booming business that she was ashamed of because it didn't support the family structure she had grown up in. Her mother was a stay-at-home mom. On the other hand, she is a full-fledged entrepreneur that relies on a nanny to ease her of her motherhood responsibilities. Her chosen path filled her with resentment and guilt since she had tied her fulfillment to the happiness and approval of others. Nevertheless, she was able to overcome the penchant for groveling for approval when she learned to filter her feelings and identify the need to find joy in being unique. The same way, you can let go of stereotypical narratives relating to women that had pushed you to exchange your dreams for a chance to live a normal life. Excuse number 2 is the fact that some unconsciously program themselves to believe that they are not goal-oriented. True to this belief, everyone has dreams. We are always caught up in our thoughts where we make little or monstrous wishes that would alleviate our present states in an instant. However, not everyone has goals. Hoping that life will get better, that you'll get better, that you'll suddenly develop focus and motivation when you're not taking any active steps to make that a reality, is worthless. You've got to plan for your success. Goal-oriented people are those that are working on channeling their dreams into reality. They are waiting for nobody to get them what they want. So instead, they set up plans and get things rolling. While this is a given, it is critical to understand that anyone with a dream can transform into a goal-getter. All it requires is a deep sense of belief in your potential to make things happen, and you come to realize that you too can dedicate your life to finding true fulfillment. Now that you have seen that being a goal-getter is a universal reality, you might want to hide behind the excuse that you have no time. Unfortunately, this is also a fallacy. Everyone has time. It is what we dedicate this time to that determines how productive we are. And so, the author advised that you should create a timeline of your current week. Look for times that you could have dedicated to chasing your goals and schedule a minimum of 5 hours to work on your goals. A goal is a dream with its work boots on. This approach is more effective when you make sure that you schedule your goal-getting 5 hours to the time of day that you are at your optimum. It is also advisable to plan your week ahead, which will, in turn, limit the chances of unforeseen disruptions derailing your commitment to your goals. Did you know a goal is a dream you've decided to make real? A goal is a destination you're working toward instead of an idea you're only considering or hoping for. Chapter 3. Be wary of the dangers of self-doubt. In addition to the excuses listed above, many find themselves downtrodden and stagnant because they have come to place mental embargoes on their true capacity. They believe that it is impossible for them to find happiness, that they are not just good enough, or that they are but an insignificant speck in this vast universe. You are the only one that can define your limit. You've likely heard of the saying, "You are who you say you are," and so you should not let yourself or other people's belittling opinion of who you are define what you can achieve. Instead, find strength in your past achievements and use them to counter self-limiting thoughts. Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. William Shakespeare. Likewise, you should fight the impulses that come from failing or the fear of failure. These two phenomena have driven people to find safety in being safe. However, being safe is a negative state in itself. Since you're not putting yourself out there, you're not taking risks, learning from your failures, and enjoying the success that accompanies a streak of failures. Apparently, the only way to win is to join the race. If you back up your timid approach to chasing your goals to the fear of failure, then a failure is what you are. In essence, failures are born out of our inability to attempt to win or our inability to learn from our failures and move on. Also, you could fall into the trappings that your chosen field of work is oversaturated. You could continue to brood over the unlikelihood of you getting the better of your competition and carving a name out for yourself. What you have failed to acknowledge, however, is that no one has a goal that has not been tried before, but that should not deter you from pressing on. Not having the knowledge just makes you teachable, not stupid. Not being in shape just makes you moldable, not lazy. Not having the experience just makes you eager, not ignorant. Flip the script and force yourself to see the positive where you've only seen the negative. Similarly, your competition, or the person you are comparing yourself to, started out as a novice. So also, you will have to start from somewhere and walk your way up. As such, do not let the projections of other people or their opinions spur you to abandon your goals. Opinions, even the ones voiced out of love, should not determine the dreams and goals to forego or chase. It all boils down to you, what you believe in, and how much you want it. Yet, we as ladies could find ourselves feeling guilty for wanting. How do our decisions to hustle agree with other people's perception? Does hustling strip off our good girl tag? It is normal to feel this way. Regardless, there is nothing wrong with hustling or wanting more. There is nothing wrong in going against the norm to get what you want. Once you have all these at the back of your mind, then you are free from all forms of excuses. Did you know, whatever your issues with not believing you are enough, that is the opinion someone else gave you, whether intentional or not, and you have accepted it and made it a doctrine in your life. Other people don't get to tell you what you can have. Flip the switch. Chapter 4. You should adopt habits and behaviors that will set you up for a better life. Our behaviors are actions that define our personality. Understand that your attitude, the way you walk, act, or talk, are an imprint of an unconscious or conscious decision to alter or remold a part of your physiology and mentality to operate. As such, your behaviors, to an extent, determine how much you can capitalize on your God-given talent. And so, the author advised that you should adopt habits that will help you get the most out of your life. The first behavior that you should adopt is that you should learn to stop seeking permission to be you. Our dreams are who we are. Take it away, and we are a walking corpse. Therefore, do not let anyone dictate what you should dream about and how you should go about chasing it. We first make our habits, then our habits make us. John Dryden. Now that you have let go of the excuse that women need to stay within a boundary and live their lives to please the people around them, then it is advantageous to start teaching yourself to act it. This tip entails that you do not seek permission to be happy. It's as simple as that. Secondly, you should adopt behaviors that let you focus on a dream or a goal at a time. It is easy to mistake your true dream for backup plans or cool ideas, and when you have 2 or more goals eating up your time, you tend to forget the one that truly matters. In light of this, you should adopt a ritual, which the author calls the 10-10-1 process. This formula will help you remain grounded, and it will stop you from going astray when you are picking your dreams from the horde of cool ideas that pops into your head. Firstly, you have to vividly picture the best life you would want for yourself in the next 10 years and write them down. Here, there are no limitations, as you should completely turn off the part of your brain that teaches you to be realistic. Secondly, you should list 10 dreams that would make this elaborate vision of yourself in the next 10 years come to fruition. Write them daily. For instance, if you had pictured yourself as a millionaire with a great spouse and fantastic kids, then getting a 6-figure job, a successful business, and a healthy relationship with your family should feature in your list of dreams. Lastly, pick out a goal that will get you closer to that 10-year vision of yours. This goal has to have some sort of measure which will help you determine how near or far you are from achieving it. For example, if your goal is to have a great body, then it is advisable to add specifics like the percentage of fat you want to shed. The same way, you could specify the reason why you have chosen this goal above all the ones that you must have dropped. Your goal also needs to be measurable. You have to be able to judge whether you're making progress or getting closer to where you want to be. While you are setting out to chase down this goal, it is imperative that you embrace ambition. It is true that people generally say that ambition is bad, especially for women. However, without ambition, chances are you will not give what you hold dear, your all. What is the essence of starting at all if you will not dedicate your all into it? Asking for help is not a weakness. Many women fail to understand that being ambitious and asking for help do not contradict each other. People that are serious about what they do are not scared about looking weak as long as they get what they want. As such, it is okay to reach out to people that can give you more insight, that can help you learn required skills, that can help you with domestic tasks, so you could free up your schedule to optimize your productivity. Bear in mind that no one is truly self-made. We all had a little help along the way, and this does not in any way diminish the potency of our success. Did you know? You have to have the leverage. You have to know your why, or you will never make change. You have to know what to focus on, or you will never make progress. Chapter 5. It is impossible to achieve success without building a foundation for it. Behavioral foundations that set you up for success are essential. It is certain that horridly assembled plans will fail to get you where you want to be. For what is what, there are no shortcuts to becoming a goal-getter, and the right way to go about it is to cultivate habits that will make winning easier. And so, the author listed some of the habits that you should consider as the perfect prep to give your goal-chasing quest a boost. Firstly, you should consider adopting healthy habits like drinking water regularly, as only the healthy can cope with the energy-zapping nature of becoming successful. To achieve a healthy lifestyle, you could eat good and do away from one category of unhealthy food for 30 days. You could work on starting your day an hour earlier than those around so you can bask in solitude and remunerate on the little blessings in your life. Likewise, do not forget to work out, especially if your work entails that you sit at a particular spot for long stretches. Hydration is one of those foundational elements for success. Begin with this little step, and once you tackle that and make it a habit, you'll feel ready to move on to tougher things. Secondly, the author advised that you get your private space in order. Take time to clean the mess that has come to define your immediate environment. It will surprise you how much our personal space reflects our current mental state. Thirdly, surround yourself with people that would inspire you to want more or to improve. When you notice that everyone in your circle looks up to you, and if you have nothing to contribute, no one else would, it means that you are in the wrong circle. You should strive to be around people that tap from you as much as you tap from them. More importantly, you should learn to start your day with a positive morning routine. Do not let the needs of others dictate your mornings. Neither should you lose your mornings to the chaos that often comes with unstructured planning. Get up an hour earlier than you already do. Use this time to meditate and dedicate some minutes to high-stake projects. Just when you think that you are getting by and that your efforts are starting to bring forth fruit, it is probable that your newly found lifestyle will seem over the top to some of your friends or relatives. They will kick, complain, or even try to seduce or trick you into faltering. Fret not, as these are early signs that you are on the right path. You should always stand your ground. Let go of people that are unwilling to accept what is best for you. If cutting someone off is not an option, always have the perfect response prepared whenever they criticize your decisions. It is important that you do not let their insecurities or small-minded nature kill your zeal. Therefore, have a ready-made response that will shut them off and that will leave you being sure more than ever of the path you have chosen. The promise to stay true to your goals also requires that you learn how and when to say no. There are a lot of things that will vie for that little time you have scheduled to improve yourself. It is up to you to take a stand and fight off any form of distraction. While doing this, you should remain firm, unflinching, honest, and polite. Did you know, in order to get from where you are to where you want to be, you have to learn about habits. You need to learn to change the bad habits you have been practicing and develop the good habits needed to get ahead. Chapter 6. Acquire skills that could increase your chances of winning. For every woman out there caught in between a well-detailed goal and actually getting to achieve it, you have to rely on building or improving skills that will help you bridge the divide. First of all, you must indulge in a very elaborate session of planning. This session entails that you ascertain where you are trying to reach, where you are right now, and the stages in between your starting point and your destination. Once you have all these figured out, you can pick the 3 most important steps that will get you to where you want to be. From there, you can magnify the processes that will link each step to the next, as well as their requirements. Nonetheless, do not get carried away with the excitement that accompanies such intricate planning while foregoing the role of dedication when it is time to put words into actions. Unless commitment is made, there are only promises and hopes, but no plans. Peter F. Drucker. As such, the author asserted that giving it your all is the vital component that separates a well-structured plan from a well-executed one. In most cases, many forget about putting in the required work and getting back on track after every disappointment and failure. To be fair, it becomes harder to chase your goals when you lack the confidence to back up your decisions, actions, and outlook. Confidence is the ultimate motivator. It helps you remain passionate about your decisions, and it gives you the drive to have a go, regardless of what others think or say. Research shows that an average man applies for jobs that he believes he is 60% qualified, since he can learn the remaining 40% on the job. Confidence is the belief that you can count on yourself, that you trust your gut in the place you find yourself in. In contrast, an average woman will not apply for a job until she is certain that she has 100% of the requirements listed in the job description. This disparity of confidence level, noted in this research, reveals why women base their ability to do a good job on unwritten rules. One of these unwritten rules is that our goals must have a timeline. This assertion suggests that you should quit on your dreams when you are unable to achieve your goals after a predefined timeline. Contrary to this rule of thought, goal chasing involves persistence. Unlike quick success stories you have come to envy, it could take a longer time to get to your destination. The most essential thing, however, is to stay positive through the process, love every bit of it, and come to know that you are leading a better life. Conclusion. The real you is destined for something more, your version of more. This is who you were made to be, and the first step to making that vision a reality is to stop apologizing for having the dream in the first place. Like Lady Gaga says, "Baby, you were born this way." It's not your job to make yourself fit into anyone else's ideal. It's your job to start believing in who you are and what you're capable of. It's time to be yourself unapologetically and to show the world what happens when a woman challenges herself for greatness. It's time to stop apologizing for who you are. It's time to become who you were made to be. Try this. There are various factors that discourage women from daring to have personal goals. Topping this list is the social commentary that women should focus all their energy on playing second fiddle or making other people's lives easier. It is crucial that you free yourself from this school of thought and start valuing your happiness. Understand that you should not let shame stop you from chasing your goals. Identify that the burning desire to have an improved life, body, health, or family relationship are valid dreams. Learn to transform these dreams into clear goals and invest your resources and time to achieving them.